me and Rob for this segment. Our good friend Mark Hart is here, and he's joined by Joe Citro. Thank you. Welcome
How you guys
to the show.
doing? Thanks for joining us, you know, and we appreciate it.
Okay, politics, incumbent arrogance. I love that. I love that so much. Explain what incumbent arrogance is. Joe?
I guess it's not wanting to come down to our meetings, talk about their platforms, what they stand for.
Well, I guess we should say that you are with the Tiger Bay Club of Tampa Bay, and Mark, you're here representing the League of Women.
I am.
Women voters, which would be me. I'm a woman voter. So,
really?
I did vote. So I'm sorry, Joe, to continue. He's not coming. No one's coming down.
They're playing the political game, and if you look on the other side of the fence, there was only 11% turnout. They had no real, what's the words I'm looking for?
Incentive
to show up.
Yeah. Well, basically, let's kind of step back for 1 second and sort of restart on the whole incumbent arrogance. You know, the incumbents out there, the people that already hold offices, important roles in our society or in our local government and that kind of stuff, aren't finding the need to go see the people because they're already assuming they're in, right? Because they're already like, hey, you know what? We're going to get in here. We're going to be fine. So, is that a statement towards the lack of interest in community things, or is it a statement towards we really don't like them because they're kind of...
But they have been winning, so I mean...
Well, yeah, they're winning maybe just because out of lackadaisical research from the general public and just sort of, all right, well, that person's been doing it, let's just pass it through.
Well, give credit to the incumbents who have shown. I mean,
yes.
They have more to lose, basically. But in the case of the League of Women Voters, only 4 of 8 incumbents showed for the televised debates, and they all won their primaries. So the question is that incumbent arrogance, or are they just saying, why risk it?
All right, who have you noticed that is guilty of doing this?
Pardon me?
I said, who have you noticed, or who have you noted is guilty?
Oh, well, Brian Blair and Ken Hagan both were no-shows for the Tiger Bay Club and for the League of Women Voters. For the League, Representative Darrell Rousseau and Betty Reed, but they all won.
Again, with only 7% of turnout, they're flying under the radar. Why would you risk saying something bad to damage yourself when you're the incumbent and you don't have to work hard to run?
But shouldn't a requirement for running be that you have to go out and do these certain things
sure.
and have a stance on something that could jeopardize your standing? Because, you know, people need change, and if they're not willing to step up and go, hey, you know what? Joe Redner, I don't know if he's running for one of the things because I hate. Okay, well, he should have won. Just had it because he was out there probably, right, talking whatever he was doing, or did he not show either?
Oh no, Joe Redner showed up. And
That's what I don't get, though.
He should win just on effort.
Well, maybe one day he will win. He keeps running for everything.
I'm only using him as an example, not as like I support or anything like that.
Well, you know, these government access channels that carry Tiger Bay Club and the League of Women Voters don't have the viewership they used to. They were affected by last year's cable TV law that was passed by the state. But, you know, maybe these organizations have to look at a different way of providing this information to the voters because everything's becoming digital. And I think it's harder in this day and age, particularly for younger viewers, to get them to sit still for 30 minutes and watch a debate.
Yeah. Impossible.
Besides which, you got to be able to deliver it on the internet, either streaming live or downloadable on demand.
Tiger Bay and League of Women Voters joined up for the BOCC. We had Bay News 9. And
did they telecast it?
Yes, ma'am. And Ken Hagan said it wasn't worth his time.
Well,
with Bay News 9 going out to that many people, it would have put your word out to thousands of people.
So it's kind of a catch-22. He did it, he didn't do it, and he still won. And people who did it didn't win.
Well, you know, they may have won, but the voters lost. And you know,
that was a question I wanted to ask. We are just as guilty. Us as the voters.
Well, for sure. You ought to be asking for an opportunity to see candidates in a side-by-side comparison. Let's face it, we vote party and we vote issues, but we also vote character, grace under pressure, ability to handle tough questioning.
Sure.
And we don't get to see that if they're no showing at debates.
No, those debates. And you know what, it also is a question that I have about an organization and or an effort towards trying to come up with a standard government / voting / website or someplace people can, go to where these people can have open debates. They can speak
or
their,
blogs against each other.
blogs or something like that. Is there any standard out there that anybody's setting up or wrestling together for that? I mean, besides county and city and, like a Bay News 9 thing?
We've put forward a proposal to League of Women Voters to reformat these things and do them in 10 seconds of video per candidate that you can post to YouTube and places like that.
Yeah.
Let the candidates make people know where the links are available. They can see their candidate for a public office anytime they want to, and we're not going to be able to risk it if your opponent's up and you're not.
A cheap plug for Mr. Bill Sharp and TampaGold.com,
Yeah.
with streaming videos during city council elections.
Right. Now, you think that possibly, a suggestion or something out of this is going to be, maybe if somebody wants to run for office, wants to bump one of these people out of, the incumbent seat and out of sort of walking into the next, tenure or whatever it is, do you think that it would be something that you would recommend them to start an online campaign to get their face out there, get the messaging out there? It almost seems like the great part about this is that you can really kick everybody's ass all over the place if you really step up right now, because it's kind of like people are sleeping.
2 words: younger voter.
Okay. But
That's
do they
tough.
care about all this
Second
city
that.
stuff and
That's
all
a
that?
tough thing.
Second that, absolutely.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to get somebody to start something, whether it's a viral campaign or something that somebody retaliates to, kind of like the Obama songs and the Hot for Hillary parody songs.
It does something. It just causes
locally.
something. You know
In fact,
what I mean?
maybe
And
we
it
should
causes a
get-
buzz, a viral buzz of some sort.
Maybe we should try
we're
to work
working
that
on
out.
it. We're going to get back to you.
All
Give
right.
us the contact information for the Tiger Bay Club of Tampa Bay and the League of Women Voters.
www.tigerbayclub.com.
Simple.
HCLWV.org.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Something that can't just get brushed underneath the carpet. Something that, in order for our society to be a voters, powered,
It's our fault.
we need to get out there and make sure we're making educated votes, make sure we're putting the right people in office, make sure that we're demanding they speak on what they stand for, and shame on us in the case too sometimes,
Knowledge is everything.
Yes, sir.
Knowledge is power. You're right. Thank you, Mark. As usual, it's great to have you here. It was nice to meet you, Joe. We
Very
look
nice to meet
forward
you.
to having these
Thank you,
discussions.
gentlemen.
We're going to take our next break. As soon as you and I return, me and you return, we're going to
Yep.
be chatting with Scott Long.
Tampa's Media Talk is presented by Tampa Digital Studios, sponsored by The Creative Loafing. We'll be back in 60 seconds.